It's the divisional round, and you can follow all the action at betonline.net. On Saturday, LA visits the frozen tundra of Green Bay, while Baltimore and Buffalo face off with their electric third-year quarterbacks. On Sunday, and after winning their first playoff game in 26 years, Cleveland meets last year's champs. In the late game, two legendary future Hall of Fame QBs square off as Tampa visits the Big Easy. Check out all the action this week at betonline.net as teams take one step closer to the championship. Always available online or your mobile device. Visit betonline.net today. Bring the game home at betonline.net. It's the divisional round, and you can follow all the action at betonline.net. On Saturday, LA visits the frozen tundra of Green Bay, while Baltimore and Buffalo face off with their electric third-year quarterbacks. On Sunday, and after winning their first playoff game in 26 years, Cleveland meets last year's champs. In the late game, two legendary future Hall of Fame QBs square off as Tampa visits the Big Easy. Check out all the action this week at betonline.net as teams take one step closer to the championship. Always available online or your mobile device. Visit betonline.net today. Bring the game home at betonline.net.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Our business needs vans, lots of vans, and Europcar meets our day-to-day needs all across the country, providing our company with the ideal selection of small, medium or large vans and trucks, and even bespoke commercial vehicles delivered directly to our premises.
From our 22 nationwide locations, Europcar supplies Irish businesses with an unrivaled range of vans, 4x4 pickups, 4-seater commercial SUVs and double cab tippers. With 9,000 vehicles in our fleet, there's no demand we can't fulfill. Europcar, moving your way.
After a great start to the Euro 2020 qualifiers, the Republic of Ireland look to continue their 100% home record as they take on Switzerland on Thursday, September 5th at Aviva Stadium. Then on Tuesday, September 10th, we go again at Aviva for the 3 international friendly versus Bulgaria. Kick-off for both games 7:45. Show your support for the boys in green this September. Tickets on sale now starting at €20 from fai.ie/tickets. Booking fee applies.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Welcome to Sporgy, the show that gives you half-ass sports fans giving their half-ass opinions.
And now, here are your hosts. Welcome to Sporgy number 132. I'm Chris.
I'm Rich.
I'm the Iceman.
And Tiger, back on top.
Back on top of a Perkins waitress.
No, that. I was talking to my buddy over the weekend. That's got to be it, right? He's single. He's probably back to, we were joking on, we played around the golf on Saturday. We were joking while we were, drinking afterwards. Like, why he's playing so good? He's got an empty bag. No more ball and chain. Probably just banged the beer cart girl before he teed off.
Well, also, and all bullshit aside, I mean, he's had, 3 back surgeries since that 2009 incident. And, finally, the last one seemed to have took, from what I've heard. Like, he said that he feels like he's back to normal for the first time in almost a decade. That's got to help.
Is that the painkillers?
Well, it might be.
I want him tested for steroids.
Okay.
Would that count in golf, though? All it would do is make the sport more watchable.
Well, I mean, it would, but at the same point, it actually would help him. It is a PED.
Mm-hmm.
Get those long-ass drives so he could get up there and birdie or, eagle the hole.
But he had a pretty monster drive anyways.
Well, that's what he was known for, right? I mean,
right.
So, here's the thing. If his back was fucked and he was trying to work around that, all right, and then now he finally gets the surgery that he's been needing and it fixes his back, then he can go back to working out like he used to and get back into shape where he can drive a ball like that. Guys, he's only like in his early 40s.
Hey, he's 43.
And I mean, here's the deal. He's never been out of shape. He's always been in athlete shape. He's just had a bad back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a lot different than us in our 40s compared to our teens and 20s.
Well, I'm saying, though, you put that much torque on your back, you're going to have a bad back at 40.
Jesus Christ, John Daly gets out there looking like the ghost of Nick Nolte mixed with fucking Gary Busey and is fucking driving the ball. Like between Marlboro Reds and fucking cans of fucking Natural Light. So, I mean, and that motherfucker don't take care of himself.
Did you hear he was at the Hooters in Augusta just hanging out and signing autographs during the Masters?
Hooters. Hooters.
It's probably the most John Daly thing ever.
Yeah, but Tiger hasn't won a major since 2006, I think.
No, I think he won one last year because I tried to say that and I was corrected like immediately by my one buddy. Like he won something last year.
Yeah, but it wasn't a major. I'm pretty sure it's been like till 2006, I believe. So, I mean, I hope it was the surgery. I hope he's not PEDing it up because that would suck. But, good on him. It was a hell of a thing to watch. I even had my wife watch it. She's like, played on her phone. I was like, this is history. She's like, yeah, that's good. It's golf.
Yeah, golf to me too. It's one of those, telling my same friend, like, I like to play it. I hate watching it. It is so boring to watch.
Well, it is. And here's the thing. Tiger is the only thing that people watch when they watch golf. Mm-hmm. And that's so sad. So sad because there is so many great players that did so many great things in golf.
Yeah, nice. You were right. First major championship victory in 11 years.
So that's 2008.
2008, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Right. The last time he won was right before the shit hit the fan with him.
What happened?
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't realize, I've been listening to some older podcasts of different shows. I didn't realize how many shows use that drop. You know what I'm saying? That is Tiger? Not... Yeah, the Tiger's mom going, what happened? In the background on the phone. Yeah. Yeah, that drop got a lot of mileage, so. Yeah.
A podcast I listened to did bring up a valid question during all this Tiger hysteria. What happened to all the black people that were going to get into golf 25 years ago? Tiger was breaking barriers, and it was going to change the game. Isn't he still like the only black guy out there?
Oh, I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
about
the only black guy I could think of is Vijay Singh.
Are we talking about
Indian?
Are we talking about the pros? Or are we talking about amateurs, like people who just go to the golf course? Because I do know that, like, there's the Redford golf course. When I drive past it, there's a lot more black people golfing than there were when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, let's be honest here. For all the white people that golf, how many of them make it to the pros? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, and some of those guys probably had parents who were like, oh, you can actually hit a putt and drive a ball far. Oh, we're going to try to push you into the pros, and they still didn't make it. These are guys that are, in their 50s who were inspired by Tiger in their 20s who picked up the hobby. Hobbyist is basically what I'm getting at. I'm sure there's a lot more, black guys that play golf and it's just a hobby. Just like there's probably a lot more black folks, specifically black women, who play tennis as a hobby because of the Williams sisters.
Fair point. I'll give you that.
I mean, I know that I have two buddies that play beer league hockey, and they said in the last 5 years, they've seen a significant number of black guys come in who, one, can play, and two, have a real knowledge of the NHL. And when I talk to them, they're like, "What got you into it?" PK Subban, Evander Kane. They start naming these guys, and it's like, well, that's a start, isn't it? I mean, isn't it how
Jerome McGinley?
Isn't it how we started as kids? You want to play baseball because you saw Kirk Gibson out there being Kirk Gibson, and you want to do that, or you saw Trammell and Whitaker turn a double play, and you wanted to, get out there with a good second baseman and be the shortstop that, turns that double play. It just happens later in life for some people. That's whatever. More power to them. You can play a sport and enjoy it. Doesn't mean you think it's just like playing music. I'm 42. I might go play a show with some people if it was the right group of people and the right music. But I'm not under the delusion that I'm going to be signed by anybody, and go on tour. I'm just doing it because I want to do it.
Hey, you know what?
I'm doing it for a purer reason, the love of it.
I'm not going to lie. I sat and watched the Coney Island hot dog eating contest. I was like, yep, that's me. That's where I'm at.
Well,
gotta have goals, right?
I'm saying, the Nathan hot dog eating contest, I'm there.
Well, first of all, to win that, it seems like most of the time you got to be a skinny Asian guy. So
No, they got this white guy that can just he dips it in water.
Joey
and
Chestnut.
bounces it.
Joey Chestnut he dethroned Kobayashi. Joey Chestnut's been dominating for like a decade.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not up on my Nathan's Coney Island hot dog eating contest.
Come on, Rich.
Yeah, what the fuck, Rich? Where are you at?
Why aren't you up on this novelty event that happens once a year?
All I know is once I heard the Penguins were eliminated, I figured Fat Phil Kessel can now work on his hot dog eating contest prowess in the off season. He's gonna have more time in the off season because the Penguins ain't going no farther. But we'll talk about that later.
You just had to get that in right away.
Sorry,
He's so happy.
Seriously, it's worth the Red Wings not being in it. and wait till I go off on the Lightning. Best team ever. Yeah, my ass. Okay. All right.
Team ever has to win a playoff game. Assholes.
Anyways, last thing about the Masters I want to say is it was so sad when he won and Jim Nantz and everybody put it all together that when he won his first one, his dad was there and he hugged him, and him and Earl were just so fucking tight, and that's my boy and that's my dad. Now he's here on this Masters again, and he wins in front of his own son, and his dad's gone. And I was like, oh, it's like a soap opera. It's supposed to be fucking golf.
Yeah, but the exact spot that his dad met him, when at that point in time, his kids were there this time. So I'm sure it'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
This is where you should be playing the Circle of Life.
That's what I'm saying.
Tiger holds his kid up.
This is Little Lion Woods.
Yeah.
This is Cubby.
But I mean, I think
this is where he calls over the Perkins waitress. He's like, "Hey, bitch, I nutted in you. I know you're leaking." And he puts his thumb in it and he just does it on his kid's forehead. Simba, you know.
Oh, come on.
Huge quickly. But I think we can all agree, like, it's whether or not our feelings on golf, watching it, playing it, all that stuff. It seems to be when him winning is good for golf.
Absolutely.
Oh, most definitely. People 3 holes away had to wait to tee off after he made a putt. Mm. If he birdied, 3 holes away had to wait to tee off.
It's good for Nike, too. Which I found out, Nike never dropped him through all that stuff. All the sponsors he lost, Nike stuck by him.
Yeah, Nike was like, it's all right. We've been through worse.
Yeah, Nike was like, we sponsor Michael Jordan. We're all right.
We're good. Coming soon, the Catholic Church. We're good.
Well, now, here's the real question. Now, is EA Sports going to go back to Tiger Woods Golf 2000 or 20? Or is it
I think Rory McIlroy's got that locked up for a while because contracts. But yeah, is Gatorade going to be like, hey, sorry, you want to sell Gatorade again?
Hey, Tiger, is it in you? No, but I'm in this Perkins waitress.
Yeah. Hey, we do this all day, everybody.
No, but you're right. It's the best thing for golf because that's the only time anybody watches it. And there was massive amounts of crowds there. And every one of them followed him from hole to hole. I was talking to my wife. I'm like, I understand it's just golf, but there's a lot of people that get into it, you know. But at the same time, how would you like to be Roy McIlroy or any of those guys out there shooting right now, playing, and nobody's there to see you? They don't give a shit if you double eagle.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you're just another white guy playing golf.
Yeah, they're like, okay, good job. Get the fuck out of the way. Tiger's going.
But he's he's a rock star though. That's the thing with Tiger. You know, there's a different aura to him than the rest of those guys.
Well, he also he has a uniqueness about him because of his ethnicity and his racial makeup. And it would really be no. I mentioned him early. Daly has the same thing because of his personality and his prowess at partying. You know, and other guys in other sports have it for Aaron Judge because he's fucking 6'8". You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever see the picture of him standing next to Altuve, it's like Mutt and Jeff. It's like a child next to a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, but those are 2 grown men. You know, I mean. things like that, you know, it lets you stick out above the crowd. And then on top of it, he was so fucking dominant. Mm-hmm. You know, and if he goes back to it, more power to him. Look, I'm not co-signing on what he did. I mean, I understand. Look, it is hard for a man to be loyal to a woman. Okay, that's just all there is to it. Because I mean, especially if you are getting pussy thrown at you left and right. Especially if you grew up like Tiger, I'm pretty sure that he was pretty much like, you're going to hit the fucking links, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that, and that's all you're going to focus on. And then once, you know, he got out there and, you know, dad was dead and, you know, I'm Tiger. I'm worth $500 million. I can run wild on all types of pussy. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here slaying hoes left and right. You know, I mean, so, I mean, it's just what are you slinging dick like a fucking boss? So it's hard for a guy to stay loyal. Does that make him not a scumbag for doing what he did to his wife? Absolutely not. But I understand. I mean, you know, like I'm not co-signing.
You're taking the Chris Rock stance. Not saying you should have did it, but you understand.
But I understand. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, especially when it, you know, like I'm like Rachel. You could tell that bitch is good. I mean, that bitch is fucking fine, especially 10 years ago. And then to hear this shit that he was like, these hoes were letting him do. These were soldiers in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just fucking, bitch, I want to choke you, want to fuck you in the ass that I own. And they're like, ooh, Tiger, tell it to me.
Well, that's the
thing. Do what
is,
you feel, Tiger.
After all that, too, we've all been guilty of it on this podcast, and rightly so. Every person he's dated after Elin, we're all, that bitch is a freak. We heard what he's into. You know, like when he was dating Lindsey Vonn, we're like, oh shit, Lindsey Vonn's a freak, huh?
Lindsey Vonn's pooper stretched out like Hope Solo's butthole. And I'm telling you, those two things look like Sarlacc pits.
Yeah, ever since then, any person that dates Tiger, you can just kind of, you know, you just look at her with the side eye, like, all right, didn't know that about you, but now I do.
That's 3 inputs: a swallow and a smile. You know, that's a classy woman.
We all paid attention to the news in 2009. All right, we know what's up.
No, that's a classy bitch. That's the type of bitch you take home to meet stepmama.
Yeah.
But whatever, man. It is what it is. I mean, so why should it look? The guy paid out the nose in the divorce. He doesn't have custody of his. He's got all the money in the world. He still doesn't have custody of his children. What's that fucking tell you about the world we live in? Up. Okay, so you know he's paid he's paid for whatever fucking sins he committed to his ex-wife. All right. If the man gets his shit back on,
continue to pay for the next 18 years.
And well, yep, that too. But actually, it's 21. And yes, I speak from experience. They bumped it up to 21. Yeah, more states than not, it's 21 now. You have to pay child support. So there you go. You're paying child support for an adult. Think about that. That's the society we live in. And then tell me about, you know, how women are so oppressed and, you know, whatever.
And then we wonder why 21-year-olds don't act like adults. But that's another podcast.
Yeah. But no, man, look, if he comes back and he gets back on top of his fucking profession and he dominates and he does eventually go on to set the all-time, you know, majors record, and more power to him, man. Because the only thing that we love in America more than tearing down our heroes is watching them come back.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. When Michael Jordan came back after his first retirement, everybody was like, come on, baby. Take Chicago back. Make them great again.
We loved Michael Jordan so much, we acted like he never came out of retirement a second time. Right? We just acted like that whole thing didn't happen.
Yeah, nobody talks about it.
That motherfucker played till 2003, and we act like that just didn't happen.
Nope, it sure did happen. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So, shit. All right. Well, speaking of Michael Jordan, he plays a sport called basketball.
Yeah, but see that even in basketball with Michael Jordan, as great as he is or was, people come to watch the games. Everybody watches everybody. Yeah, Tiger, that shit, that's got to piss some people off. I'm telling you. They're like, hey, I won the Masters last year. The fuck?
Motherfucker, goddamn, stop. You try to move on with a smooth transition, and you just come bumbling in like Peter Griffin. Just fucking everything up. Jesus God.
I'm just saying, man. That
go put on a white button-up shirt and green pants, motherfucker.
Let me borrow your glasses, you four-eyed goofy batch. All right.
Oh, look here, you Shrek-looking bastard. Don't get started.
Hey, sperm burping road whore. It's all right.
Come guzzling gutter slut.
Sorry, guys. This was like 30 years ago. Anyways.
So the NBA.
Mama got 2 feet growing on her titties. Bitch fell down, kept running.
Mama got 3 titties. Milk, water, and out of order.
This could turn into the Dozens podcast.
You so ugly when you was a baby. They fed you with a slingshot. Your mom was so ugly she get Freddy Krueger nightmares. Like okay, let's just move on. Yes, it could turn into the Dozens real quick. I'm slack-jawed and silly from fucking lack of sleep.
Your mom's house so dirty the roaches got dirt bikes.
Your mom was so poor to welcome Matt just says, well.
Your mom's so poor, I saw her walking down the street with one shoe. I said, hey, you lost a shoe. She said, no, I found one.
Your mom was so fat.
I dropped the washcloth, had wall-to-wall carpeting.
Mama so fat she went jogging in high heels and struck oil. Oh, nothing? Okay, all right. Your mama's so fat her toenails got stretch marks. Okay, so anyway.
Your mom's so fat the car she rides in has stretch marks. What the fuck?
Your mama's so fat she wore a Malcolm X t-shirt and a helicopter tried to land on her.
Your mom's so fat she jumped in the...
I thought that one felt a little dated, Rich.
I know. It's because it's been that long since I've done this.
It's been that long, really? Come on now.
Your mama's so black she sits in a hot tub, shit turns into tea. Your mama's so black the bitch leaves fingerprints on charcoal. See? Fuck with me. I lived in Detroit. Fuck with me.
We'll stop there with the Dozens. Go out on a high note with that.
Mom's so fat she used hula hoops to hold up her socks.
But okay, we should have stopped. Okay,
I know, right?
Here's the thing. Here's the sad part about that. He had that in his mind. He played that out in his mind that he was going to get big laughs, and then he said it, and it just died. And it's just like, I feel so sorry for you, man. But it's okay. Let's move on to the NBA playoffs.
Sporgy.
ChristopherMedia.net.
They always say you should seize the day. That's today, not a week next Tuesday. So if you've been dreaming of a new car, upgrading your house, or a wedding that'll wow Instagram, now's the time. And if you've a great credit score, Avantcard's offering Ireland's lowest rate on loans over 20k. Dream big, live now. Apply today at avantcard.ie.
Lending criteria, terms and conditions apply. New applications only. Info correct 10th of July 2019. Source ccpc.ie. Avantcard Act. Trading as Avantcard is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Adventure is calling in 53 Degrees North, Ireland's largest outdoor adventure clothing retailer. With everything needed to get outdoors in every weather, for every activity, for every adventure this summer. And in-store expert advice to get you started. With everything from wetsuits and kayaks to tents and hiking boots. Visit us in store in Blanchardstown and Carrickmines or online to get set for adventure.
SuperValue online shopping delivers convenience. And now with €15 off your first online shop over €75, we deliver value too. Or with our free click and collect service, you can pick it up in store, packed and ready to go. Shop online now at supervalue.ie. It's got to be SuperValue.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Sporgy.
Richard brought up that you lived in Detroit. And the Detroit Pistons managed to fuck around and make the playoffs. They're going to be first round fodder, but they made the playoffs.
Guess who didn't make it? The Lakers, because they suck.
Didn't I acquiesce like a couple months ago? You don't have to keep making the point.
No, but here's the sad part. I was ready to jump on him if he brought up the Lakers when we were talking about the playoffs. But here's the deal. There's a lot of shit going on with the Lakers right now. We won't talk about it while we're talking about the playoffs, but we do need to touch on the situation in LA before we move on to another sport. So
Yeah. But it's the Pistons are playing the Bucks. They're down 2-0. Series should be over by Monday. I don't see the Pistons getting. Too, Blake Griffin's hurt. They ran him into the ground to make the playoffs. So yeah, Ice, you see this? You see the Pistons getting a W?
So you're saying there's a chance? No.
Yeah, they're playing the Greek Freak. They're playing what was arguably towards the end of the season the team that was being called the best team in the league, even better than Golden State. But have fun.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. They're not better than Golden State. They're not even close.
I didn't make that statement. I'm just saying what the sports media was saying towards the end of the season.
Yeah, and there's also, we'll get into it. We'll get into Golden State later. Let's start with the East, and then we'll move on to the West.
Yeah, I mean it's really easy to make the Greek Freak and the Bucks look better than anybody when they're playing in the East.
Yeah, the East was a little underwhelming this year, and yet, did the Celtics? Yeah, they made the playoffs. They're a 4 seed. People were said at the beginning of the season were saying that it was theirs to the East was theirs to lose. But yeah, I mean another series you got the Raptors versus the Magic, the Sixers versus the Net. These are both tied 1-1. The Celtics at the Pacers. Boston's up 2-0. Yep. It's early, I guess, in the NBA playoff, at least in the East. But I don't know. It's for us, the East, the local interest is the Pistons, and yeah, I fully expect our basketball season to be over by Sunday or next Monday, I should say. Yeah, and as far as everything else in the East is tied up. But let's talk about the West. Yeah, the Lakers are not in the playoffs, so let's talk about the Warriors because I misspoke. I was looking at the Clippers and just said the Lakers. Clippers are tied up with the Warriors. I kind of see this as an anomaly, quite honestly.
Man, the Clippers came back on them though that last game.
Yeah, wasn't it historic? But didn't they have to make a historic comeback to do it?
Yeah, but they did it. That's the thing, man. I get what you're saying, but there's also the fact that fuck basketball, but still, I've tried to do a little homework. I watched a clip from a 60 Minutes interview with the Warriors, and the Big Five. Okay, in other words, Cousins wasn't there.
Didn't he get injured?
Well, yeah, he blew his quad out. He's done for a while.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute.
He blew his quad out to where you could visibly see it when he was walking off the court.
Ooh.
So, that's what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Remember, whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but that's a bad injury. But it was... who is it? Durant and who's the other one who could leave at the end of the season? Beverly? Okay.
Wait, are you talking about leaving?
At the end of the season.
Motherfucker, if you ain't going to listen to me... if you ain't going to listen to me finish my fucking sentence, don't fucking talk, motherfucker. God damn. Sorry the middle of my sentence interrupted the beginning of yours. The fuck, man? Come on, I'm trying to prove a point here. Yes, Klay Thompson, whatever the fuck. Anyways, the two that could leave at the end of the season... We're with Steph Curry and Iguodala and I can't remember the other dude's name.
Draymond Green.
Okay. So the interviewer said, well, is this it? Is this where you want to stay? What happens if another team tries to court you? Green, Iguodala, and Curry started laughing and said, no, this is it. This is where we want to be. And the other two looked down and looked away and didn't smile at all. Now, I'm not an expert in body language, but I'm pretty good at reading people, and that seems to me like those two motherfuckers are gone at the end of the season. Especially when you compound that with the fact that there's been rumors that there has been infighting and locker room strife with the Warriors. I'm not saying the Warriors are ripe for a fucking first-round upset, but I am saying I think the Warriors aren't as solid of a fucking unit as a lot of people would like to think they are. I think what's going to have to happen is there's going to have to be some animosity tucked away and motherfuckers play for that one goal to win. But if the animosity bubbles to the surface, there could be issues.
As much as I naysayed it and poo-pooed it when Ice brought it up, I think Durant's in LA at the end of the season.
I mean, I don't know where he's ripe to go, but Durant especially, he was sitting right next to Curry, and he looked straight down at the ground when that question was asked. Straight down. Like, it broke all eye contact with anyone on his team or the interviewer. You can look up the clip.
Yeah, put it this way, it is so obvious. The lead, the first article that comes up about what you're talking about, based off this clip, Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson are as good as done in Golden State, from Golf Digest. So yeah, this clip has made the rounds.
Like I said, I did like surface homework for the NBA playoffs, but I watched the clip and I was like, I pride myself on reading people fairly well, and at the very least, it doesn't look like two guys who are in a hurry to stay with that team. You know. Oh, by the way, can you play the clip where we can hear the audio?
I am not in the studio, so
send me the clip. I can play it where we can hear the audio.
I mean, I can play it over, and I can play it into my mic. Sure.
Well, no. I mean, I can actually play it.
Oh.
Over the Skype. Remember, because we've you know, I get yelled at on the other show for that happening.
Let me. I hate articles that are like based off of this clip, and then they don't have the clip. It's like a link to someone's Twitter fucking. There we go.
Just remember, please edit out this shit.
Edit out what? Oh, me looking for it?
The silence and yeah.
Oh yeah, I always edit out the big gaps for sure.
Okay.
All right, I just sent it to y'all.
All right, so hold on here. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Body language. Saying everything without saying a word. Yeah, KD's just looking at the floor, and Klay Thompson's just staring into space.
Oh, I guess this doesn't work then. My bad. Then it was just special. It was just
Google it, everybody.
It was just special when it happened on the other podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, and it gave Daddy a reason to yell at me again. Well, so, yeah, wonderful.
Well, the other podcast we recorded through Skype. This I'm still running us through the studio.
Gotcha. But yeah, you can read the body language. It does not look like two people who are in a hurry to come back to Golden State when that question was asked.
Let's be honest. Durant got what he wanted. He can move on. He came there to get a title because he wasn't going to get one in Oklahoma. So he got his titles. He's got 2 of them. Now he's going to go play with LeBron.
Who did he leave behind? Westbrook?
Yep.
Westbrook, what the fuck's going on with him without Durant?
You heard his name a lot last year, but this year, yeah, not so much.
I mean, I guess that just goes to show that some people are meant to be a number 2 and some people are meant to be a number 1. You know, which, I mean...
Well, the complaint I've always heard about Westbrook is he's a ball hog. You know,
the triple-doubles kind of back that up, don't it?
He's got the complete opposite problem of LeBron. You know, he always wants the ball. Give him the ball, no matter what.
But see, LeBron is such a physical specimen, a beast physically, but he doesn't have that killer instinct. He wants to be a number 2.
Yeah, with 5 seconds left and the finals on the line, he's passing the ball.
You know,
and Westbrook's taking that shot.
Yeah. You know, so you know, and it is what it is. Whatever. You know, LeBron's cemented his. You know, he's already stamped his way to the Hall of Fame. He's going to be, whether or not Iceman likes it, he's always going to be in the conversation in our lifetime. Whether, you know, people agree that he's the best ever, but he's always going to be in that conversation in our lifetime, whether he deserves to or not.
I'm willing to argue this season might have tarnished that a little bit.
Look how big he is. Look how long he's played for. You know, that's wear and tear on your knees, your back, everything. I mean,
and this is it's first time since this year and his first 2 years are the only 2 years he's never made the playoffs.
Last time he didn't make the playoffs, the Seattle Supersonics were still a team, and Ray Allen was their top scorer.
We were all in our 20s. We're all 40. Or north of 40. Put it that way.
Couple years, yeah. Like, so, yeah. Whew. I mean, dude, that's a hell of a run, especially in the era that, he's played in. It's not the, it's not the old school era. It's not I will never fucking try to get Barkley on my team if I'm Thomas, because fuck Barkley. Him and Lambert would kill each other if I tried to get him on my team. Lambert would kill me if I tried to get him on the fucking team. Like this is a different fucking era. It's a different time.
Yeah, you would not have seen Isaiah Thomas go to the Lakers when we were kids.
No. And him and Magic were boys. Mm-hmm. But when they played, that shit. Dude, they met in the finals. First time they met in the finals. They went up, they gave each other a hug, and did the fake kiss on the cheek, and then never acknowledged each other until that fucking finals was over. Never acknowledged each other on the court until that finals was over. Like, they weren't fucking swapping jerseys and signing autographs for each other's kids and shit. It's just not how it was done back in the day. I mean, I know it's a very well worn carpet with us. And, if you've listened to us, you've had to have seen the Patrice O'Neal clip. But I mean, when we were growing up, they were warriors, like in the truest sense of the word. Like they had respect for each other, but they also, that respect ended when the game started because I want to destroy you.
Yeah, you are now my enemy.
Exactly.
For the next 48 minutes.
So.
Yeah, it's really, I think we beat the NBA drum as much as we could have. Because it's
I was going to say, that's part of LeBron's problem, though.
What's that?
He's a millennial. He's afraid to fail. That's why he doesn't want the ball when the game's on the line.
He's too happy to be a Pippen. He doesn't want to be Jordan. And that's all there is to it, man. And if you disagree,
ask him that, because if you ask him, he's the key.
Yeah, that's a marketing strategy. Okay, his actions speak louder than words. All right,
because as much as you want to slag. When's the last time we talked shit about him that didn't have anything to do with the court? He's generally off the court. He's an angel, or he just pays to keep that shit, out of the media.
But, yeah, I mean, the most you can take him to task for is that he took exception to his crew being called a posse.
Yeah,
which is to me that's where the millennial starts creeping in.
Yeah,
that's where the microaggression bullshit.
There's a couple of took him to task for, but yeah, but nothing illegal.
He's been married to the same woman for like a decade. He's got a family. You don't hear about his off the court antics. I mean, it's he understands he's being looked up to. I'll give him that.
I mean,
well, and I watched this HBO show called The Shop.
Yeah, he seems like a cool, regular guy.
He really does, and a hell of a dad.
Have you ever seen the movie Trainwreck? He's the funniest part of that movie.
Never saw Trainwreck. Is that Amy Schumer?
Yeah. The best part of that movie is Bill Hader's a sports doctor, and LeBron's his patient. LeBron plays himself in the movie, and he comes back to get a pair of sunglasses. And Bill Hader's like, just like, you're LeBron James. He's like, so? I paid $100 for these. He's like, you made X amount of $1 million last year. He's like, so? I know. I'm delivering it horribly, but I found that the funniest scene of the movie. Because it was LeBron being self-aware and being self-deprecating.
No, I got you, but I thought from what I heard, the funniest part was John Cena being a drug dealer who couldn't satisfy Amy Schumer in bed.
Yeah. He also, yes, he did steal a few scenes in that movie as well.
So... But whatever, I haven't seen it, so I'm speaking out my ass. This is all third-hand information. I'm pumping out.
But yeah, LeBron seems like, if you don't ask him about LeBron, he seems like a decent dude.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. He's a dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy. Yeah. There's certain guys in sports that are just fake. I mean, like Alex Rodriguez is fake. He's just fake. He's just a bitch to me. Jeter's a dude. You ask Jeter a question about his love life, and he's like, I'm sorry, that's none of your business. Now, that might seem like a bitch thing to say, but the truth is, you know the pussy he's ran through. And he's just a dude who's like, motherfucker, I don't know you. Why would I fucking have this conversation with you? That's a dude thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just...
Even though there are rumors about when Jeter picks you up, takes you home, you start off by watching highlights of himself with him. That's the rumor.
Well, I mean, if I was Peter North, I'd be like, hey, watch me shoot this cum all over this bitch's face. That's going to be you later, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Like frozen ropes all over the place. So how you feel about that? And if she's like, ugh, that's disgusting. That's when I'm calling. I'm like, doorman, come get this bitch. Send the next one up.
Yeah, if Jeter picks you up, you already know who he is and what he does. Do you need to watch the highlight reel to reinforce it?
Maybe that's.
Well, I'm just saying, take some notes. Get a notepad and a piece of paper, and what I will do and what I won't do.
No, I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about his straight up Yankee highlights.
Maybe that's his. You ever seen The Great White Hype?
No.
You've never seen The Great White Hype?
You've never seen The Great White Hype?
I've
never seen a lot of movies.
That is the best satire of boxing I've ever seen. It is a great movie. You need to watch it. You'll be amazed at how many stars are in that movie.
But how accurate it is, too.
Yes, and how accurate it is.
Because it is so much like Mike Tyson and the McNeely fight way back in the 90s, like 94.
Yes. But anyway, don't give it away, but Chris, I'm telling you, The Great White Hype, not Hope, Hype. Watch it.
Yes.
Listeners, watch it if you haven't seen it. But if you have seen it, you know the part I'm talking about. God damn it, you made me forget the part I was talking about. The fact that you haven't seen that shocks me. Like, oh, God. There's even a Pulp Fiction nod in there. Because Samuel L. Jackson's in the movie. Mm-hmm. And at one point, he's ringside, and you see a guy in a black suit, white shirt, skinny black tie. And Samuel L. Jackson walks by. He goes, hey, Vince, what's up, Vince? How you doing? And I'm like, oh, shit, But, I mean, like, the best line is when Jamie Foxx is getting indignant to Samuel L. Jackson. He's like, don't talk to me that way. You ain't my daddy. Is you? There's so many great lines in that movie. There's so many great moments in that movie. Oh, my God.
Well,
what'd you get? Some new Rolls Royce?
Maybe
I'll have a Merlot Broham.
A Broham? Yeah, a Broham. A Broham. It's a car. No, I know, but it's a Broham. It's a Cadillac.
A Brom.
A Cadillac. Oh, a Brom. No, it's a Broham. Oh, okay. Merlot Broham. Okay, roll. That's Jeff Goldblum. Just trying to interview.
You got to see that movie.
Trying to interview hood motherfuckers who call prom a Broham. Oh, shit. And then John Lovitz.
Broham. Great car. Not a Rolls Royce.
And then John Lovitz. Shut your ass up, fake ass black man. Okay. John Lovitz just backing down like a bitch. Just fucking. Oh my God. Oh. I'm sorry. We just totally derailed this podcast.
Power. The money and the bitches. And the drugs too. Cheech Marin. How you doing?
My daddy used to say, don't pull your shit out unless you're ready to use it. Shut up, bitch. All right. Anyways, so we got to talk about this Lakers situation because it seems to be a clusterfuck in the front office, and it seems to be a clusterfuck from what I can gather, based on are they going to do the Cleveland whatever you want LeBron, or we're the Lakers, we're bigger than you.
I kind of see it going the first way because they're talking about hiring Tyrone Lue.
You better call Tyrone.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to fix it. Definitely, Kevin Durant, you're going to the Lakers. Sorry, not sorry, whatever you want to do. He did exactly to the Lakers what he did to Cleveland when he got there. All you bitches, get out. I need 14 new niggas here by Monday.
Yeah, but you could argue it worked. He got a championship that year.
He did that after he won his championship with them.
Was that the year before? Was that?
No, that was the year after. That's when he kicked Nance out. He kicked fucking Kyrie Irving out. Everybody, go.
See, I thought the season where he was like, I need a whole new team was the last time he won a championship.
Because one of my biggest bitches, and I was talking to you about it, I was like, how the fuck are you going to get rid of the people you just won the fucking championship with and tell people you need help? You need help. You just won the NBA championship with the team you're playing with. But now you want to kick them out and bring in new people because they're not good enough? The fuck? And the only people he kept was J.R. Smith and Kevin Love.
Yeah, and J.R. Smith worked out for him. Yeah, that's right, because that was the year in the finals where he pulled the Chris Webber.
Yeah, he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but they're talking about bringing in his old coach. They're going to bring on more. I personally think he's going to try to make one more run for a title next season and then call it a day. You watch. I bet you the people that they do bring to LA, they'll probably have 1 or 2 year contracts. Be long enough to help Bron get him another ring and then send him off into the sunset. My theory, anyway.
Man, I'll tell you what. Taking Kevin Durant is not going to be enough.
Well, I think. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, let's go. Let's hit the rewind button. Hit the Scooby-Doo ending, and go back to why the fuck did Magic Johnson walk away?
Well, I was just about to get into that. I think
my bad.
I think Magic quitting is going to help solve that. I think we've said it before. I think Magic Johnson was a good player. I don't think he's a great general manager. I think he's proven it.
He general manages like he hosts late night shows.
Right.
I hope his fucking's better than his general managing, or else he couldn't hit the G-spot on a 12-pound pussy.
Yeah, he got AIDS, so he must be doing something right.
He must have something. Yeah, I was going to say.
But I think that's the first step in the right direction for the Lakers. LeBron's probably the best move he's made as a general manager as far as anyone he's signed.
Well, LeBron's the only good move he's made. He brought a hurt, washed up, not even good Isaiah Thomas in. That's all he did. That and then James.
Okay, but do you think that was a self-aware move, or do you think that was a power move where he felt the pressure coming from up top and he was like, you know what, I better resign before I'm fired and save a little face?
Definitely self-aware.
Yeah, because it's I know at my job, they want you out of a position. They'll quote unquote let you step down. I have a feeling this might have been.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. Well, you resigned, but really, you were told no.
Yeah, this could have been Jeannie Buss going, your Magic will let you say you quit.
Yeah, this is definitely the Buss is coming in, having a meeting, going, you have till Monday. You decide.
It's not you, it's me.
Well, I mean, after that Pelican bust, dude, they were like, okay, we're done. You just embarrassed the fuck out of this team.
Yeah, how could you not close that deal, Magic? So I'm seeing stories today about the Pelicans GM, or the new GM, wanting to do everything in his power to keep Anthony Davis there. So he's still obviously not happy there.
Well, offer him a good eyebrow waxer. The fuck you want me to say? I mean, obviously he doesn't want to be there, right?
No, he doesn't.
Like, the thing, if I'm the GM, like, you don't want to be here, fucking peace, dude. I'll trade you to the I'll trade you to the Grizzlies. I'll send you to a team you really don't want to be on if you don't want to be here.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you get a player who's just like, I don't want to be here. I'm not going to play and they just go out there and they fucking half-ass it, especially in basketball and baseball. Those are two sports you can half-ass it real easy. Football and hockey, you half-ass it, you're probably going to get killed.
I was just going to say, you get killed half-assing it in football.
And yeah, you keep your head down and, you know, hockey go across the middle, yeah, it could be the end of your career. You know what I'm saying? You go into the corner with no heart, you're going to come out with no head. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just... But basketball, yeah, you could fucking half-ass it. That's why fixing basketball games and baseball games are the two oldest sports that happened to. You go back to the Black Sox scandal, and you go back to what was it, Boston College in the late '60s, early '70s was the first time that point shavings happened. It's crazy. I missed that shot. I don't know. I just got to keep it close. That's it. That's all I got to do, and I get this money. So, what do you do? What do you do with a player who doesn't want to be there? You move him, okay?
Yeah.
You get the best you can get for him. Now, here's the deal. If you move him to some place he doesn't want to go, and he's not motivated to go, the people that are trading for him will know that. So they're not going to offer you top fucking, tier talent or, good draft picks for it. And they're going to go, he doesn't want to be here either. So you have to find out someplace he's motivated to go to, and they're motivated to give you the best deal that you can, or that you can get.
But the other part of this, though, is if I'm another team, and we've probably brought this up before, but if I'm another team, do I really want you? Because you have shown that when you're not happy, you're going to be a big baby, and you're going to pout, and you're not going to play at 100% if you're not happy. Do I want to deal with that if I'm an owner?
Well, I mean, that was the knock against Iverson coming to Detroit. But the truth is, I truly believe this. Iverson just had nothing in the tank by the time he got to Detroit.
Correct. Well, he played.
He was a small guy who had taken a beat in his entire career, and he just couldn't keep doing it.
Well, yeah,
he was like, "Oh, we got 3 casinos in this fucking city. I'd rather spend my time there than fucking getting beat up on the court for a team that has no chance of doing anything."
Well, yeah, after he left, wasn't Detroit his last stop?
He went to the Bobcats. He went to the Bobcats, I think, for like 3 games.
Yeah, and then
4 games, and then
the ceremonial will sign you as a Sixer so you can retire.
Hire as a Sixer, yeah. And that's my favorite basketball player ever. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing: I don't think the motherfucker quit. I just think the motherfucker's body just couldn't take it. But his pride, he rather appear to go, I quit, than the reality of my body couldn't take it anymore. Because especially where he come from, his toughness was his word, was his bond. I'm Allen Iverson. I don't give a fuck who you are. Shaq, whoever the fuck. I'm taking you on. You can fucking hack me all day, and I'm gonna get the fuck back up and still fucking break your ankles on the crossover. I don't give a fuck, because that's what I do. That's just what I do. And when he couldn't do it no more, I think it was easier for him to be like, well, let him think I quit.
Wow, he played another year after he retired from the NBA. He played in Turkey.
And tell me that ain't a motherfucker that still had the love for the game. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't making shit in Turkey compared to what he was fucking making, stateside.
Mm-hmm. Well, with all the injuries he had, too, I mean, there's a lot of pain he had to play through just to play the game.
I'll never forget when he got traded to the Pistons, Detroit Free Press had a full-page spread, and it was all the injuries he had. It was, a picture of his entire body, and it was all the injuries he had. And I was like, that's a fucking warrior right there. Because that man played through all of them. And I know that everyone wants to say he was 6'1". That motherfucker's 5'10", 5'11" tops. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude was out there amongst giants, dominating, and he paid the price. That's why I respect the fuck out of him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the biggest guy. It wasn't easy for him, I mean, shit, go look at his 30 for 30. That motherfucker was playing football and going up in the middle and taking hits. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then, when he would catch it cleanly without a hit, smoking motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude was just like fearless. You know how much guts that takes? People listen to this. I want you to understand. When you go up in the middle of the field in football and leave yourself defenseless, especially back then, you were truly defenseless. The motherfucker plants the crown of his helmet right in your fucking rib cage and folds you in half the wrong way, and you still got to get up and walk to the fucking huddle. Because if you don't, you're a bitch. That's what that man did. And he was a fucking kid. He was 17 doing that, plus playing basketball.
He's just rough and tumble.
That's rare air toughness. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's rare air toughness. I ain't that tough. Shit. You hit me one good time like that, I'll be like, I can't go to the huddle. Just kill me, though.
Yeah.
Just shoot me in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
pick up the remnants of my rib cage and kill me.
You know, just I'd rather die than fucking look weak. So just kill me. You know what I'm saying? like especially at that age, you know. Different time, different set of players, man. And
on that note, Breanna Stewart's going to miss the whole WNBA season with the Achilles injury. Damn it!
Oh no! Yeah, I saw an article about that because they're saying that she did that because she has to play year round. I want you
to understand this. This is me taking my headphones off and going to take a piss, not giving a fuck about anything you just said. Okay, here it is.
There he goes, everybody. Yeah. She doesn't realize she plays in a league that loses $12 million a year.
Right.
Yeah, she needs to get WNBA needs to pay her more. All right, whatever.
Rich is not sexist, everybody. He genuinely cares that Breanna is going to miss the entire season.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't care about women's basketball, like most of the country. If we cared about women's basketball collectively, the WNBA wouldn't have lost $12 million last year. It loses money every year.
I got it. That's the rest of his career right there. LeBron James retires next year and goes and becomes a coach in the WNBA and wins a championship.
Like, the NBA probably doesn't make money for the first, month of the season because they got to offset the losses from the WNBA. But yeah, so.
Well, Bill Laimbeer did it.
He's a coach.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why did you bring up women's basketball?
It's on the ticker on ESPN.
We need a non-sequitur.
We were talking about NBA and injuries, and I was like, oh, she's not going to make it.
So naturally, you bring up the WNBA.
Yeah. See there? If you're going to sit out because you're hurt, you're a bitch. You might as well go play there.
Well, I think at this point, we're killing time waiting for Rich to come back so we can start talking hockey playoffs.
Probably. No, I refer back to James Caan in the movie The Program. Are you hurt or are you injured? What's the difference? Well, if you're hurt, you can still play. If you're injured, you can't.
I heard your Achilles tendon's pretty important to like walking, running, standing up,
jumping, shooting.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. Anyway.
Sporty. ChristopherMedia.net.
Sometimes you've just got to get some quality me time. Like right now, when you get away for a few hours to Kildare Village, because we've got hundreds of new arrivals, including new boutiques like Sandro and Maj. Escape to Kildare Village and get front row ready for a new season with a new look and a new smile on your face. A little me time goes a long way at Kildare Village, where there's something extraordinary every day.
SuperValue online shopping delivers convenience. And now with €15 off your first online shop over €75, we deliver value too. Or with our free click and collect service, you can pick it up in store, packed and ready to go. Shop online now at supervalue.ie. It's got to be SuperValue.
SuperValue online shopping delivers convenience. And now with €15 off your first online shop over €75, we deliver value too. Or with our free click and collect service, you can pick it up in store, packed and ready to go. Shop online now at supervalue.ie. It's got to be SuperValue.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Sporgy.
So Rich is back, so now let's switch gears to hockey. Now that Ice saw fit to bring up women's basketball for 5 minutes. So hockey.
Last night was an amazing night for playoff hockey. Let's start with Pittsburgh Penguins.
Here we go.
See, how's that early tea time feeling? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can schedule them right now. Seriously. Oh, it felt so good to watch Cindy and the bunch just be helpless, be absolutely helpless against a team that
it hasn't been good since the early 80s. I'll just say it.
Since Mike Bossy was on the fucking team. All right. Like, just, oh, Jesus, God. And the looks on the Pittsburgh fans' faces.
It wasn't even the real New York team either. It's the Long Island team.
The looks on the Pittsburgh fans' faces. Are you going to really
lose to these motherfuckers right here? Really?
During the last 5 minutes of Game 4 was the same looks I saw on the faces of Yankees fans when the Red Sox came back from 2003. It was, oh shit, this doesn't happen to us. This happens to other people. And it was like, good. You get it now. You are human. Fuck you. And I know, they lost to the Red Wings in 2008. They could taste victory and it was snatched from their jaws. But Crosby was a fucking anointed the minute he entered the fucking league. Lemieux came out of retirement. Lemieux let him move into his house. Probably let him cuckold him with his wife. Did everything he fucking could to just pump this fucking can't grow a beard better than Ethan Hawke in Training Day asshole. Pussy diving motherfucker. All right, tried to pump him up as the next big thing, and the NHL did the same fucking thing. They've been swinging from his nuts since he came into the fucking league, and it's just like, there you go. Here's your golden boy. Now what? Now what?
Yeah, got bounced last year by Ovechkin. Got bounced this year by who?
By the way, Ovechkin.
He's still partying from last year, by the way.
Just partied all over a rookie's face who tried to fucking step to him. Okay, because look, I've said this multiple times on this podcast. Ovechkin is considered a power forward, the way he plays. Ovechkin back in the day would be considered a sniper who has a little bit of grit. A little tiny bit of grit. But he's a power forward these days. Ovechkin got into a fight, and in 3 punches, and the third one, and don't ask me to pronounce the guy's name, because I don't even give a fuck about his name. He's a rookie who stepped to Ovi. He should have known better. Hit him. Dude went down, and Ovi did the right thing, the honorable thing. He raised up off him. He could have got him one last time as the dude was on the ground, but he was like, nope, fight's over with. Ground, ice. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Eased up off him. They broke him up. Ovi skated to the penalty box. This kid was fucking out of it. Didn't know where the fuck he was for a good 30, 40 seconds. All right? That's old school hockey. That's stars. Okay, you don't want goons out there protecting your stars. This is stars protecting themselves. This is what's going to happen. And what has been the fucking backlash? Gentlemen, please take a guess.
Picking out somebody younger than him?
No. Chris, no. Go ahead. Earl?
Toxic masculinity.
No. Close, no. Chris?
Fighting in general?
Yes. And what should happen to it?
It should go away.
Because it's
toxic masculinity?
It's brutal. So, yes, that does play into toxic masculinity. Yes. Alex Ovechkin knocked out a rookie who stepped to him in the playoffs. And with 3 punches, sent that motherfucker to night land, okay? Now it's a problem. Now USA Today has columnists saying it's time to ban fighting.
Oh, my God.
In hockey. Oh, yes. The Hockey News has columnists, has podcasters now saying it's time to ban fighting in hockey.
Based on
Ovechkin knocking out a 19-year-old kid who overstepped his bounds with a fucking star. By the way, Ovechkin's been in 4 fights in his career. He's lost 3 of them. Where were these people crying for fighting to be banned before Ovechkin knocked a fucking 19-year-old punk who overstepped his bounds out? Because I mean, and by the way, Earl, we've watched enough hockey fights together. We've watched enough hockey games together. We've watched hockey fight tapes together. Fucking some of them I made, some of them I bought. 1-punch knockouts in a hockey fight ain't nothing new. Now all of a sudden, it's a problem.
No, did you see when he was damn near topless, lifting the Stanley Cup? He's not in shape.
But you don't understand. He's been in 4 fights in his entire career. He's dropped the gloves 4 times. He's lost 3 of them. The one that he won, he had 2 glancing blows on the guy, then he caught the guy on the button and took him down. Now fighting's a problem. Because Ovechkin, someone who is the Stanley Cup champion, the captain of the team that is the defending Stanley Cup champions, knocked out a 19-year-old. Like I've even seen articles that are saying Ovechkin bullied this child. I want you to think about that. Child. You're a 19-year-old professional hockey player, and someone just called you a child.
These are the same dipshits that were saying Izzo was yelling at a child.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is what they're trying to turn my sport into. A bunch of sissies out there playing basketball on ice. And I hate every single one of them. I fucking hate them. And the fact that I watched the last 10 minutes, that's all I could. That's all I can get home in time for, of Tampa Bay and Columbus. And I saw how they played, and I saw how they called the game. Oh, boy. Then I saw how they called the last 5 minutes of the Islanders and the Penguins. They're calling everything in the playoffs, where it used to be, let them play. Unless it's blatant, let them play.
Right, unless it's blatant and unless it absolutely is just like, okay, we can't not call that.
Yeah, they're calling everything.
Because even sometimes when it was blatant, they were like, get out of the fucking way.
Now,
playoff hockey was a different animal altogether, always has been.
Now, if you remember 2 seasons ago, you can go back and listen to it on one of our old podcasts. One of the executives for Pittsburgh was bitching about how Crosby was being treated and not getting the calls that he would get in the regular season in the playoffs. And he actually called for an NBA-style star rules where you can't do this to a star player, but you could do it to an everyday average player. And it seems like the NHL is going, well, fuck it. We're just going to call everything, no matter how ticky-tack, and see what happens. And
bye, Crosby.
Whatever. It is what it is. Let's put it this way. This Stanley Cup playoffs is on pace to have more fights than any other Stanley Cup playoffs since the 90s. Now, what's that tell you? It tells you, oh, and by the way, you've had many suspensions. Any retaliation for dirty hits, suspended. Kadri was suspended for the rest of the series. Not a definitive amount of games. The rest of a series for a cross-check. What was deemed a dirty cross-check. How the fuck do you have an indefinite amount of games you're suspending someone for? Well, it's just for the rest of the series. Then you can come back if you progress. If you move on to the next round, you can progress. If not, well, whatever. That's the most bullshit, wishy-washy horse shit I've ever heard in my life. But here's the bitch of it. I got to give credit where credit's due. Fucking Bettman and these forcing of the changes, the way they have restructured the playoffs. Instead of 1 through 8, meaning 1 seed meets 8 seed, et cetera, et cetera. It's given us parity in the fucking playoffs, and it's given us an exciting playoffs because Tampa Bay, gone. 62 wins.
Yeah, best team in the league.
Best team in the league.
A month ago, we're talking about it was theirs to lose.
Matched the 95-96 Red Wings as far as wins. Okay? The Red Wings, that team that lost in 6 games to the Colorado Anal Munch in the conference finals, by the way. But Tampa had a Hobie Baker award winner, best goalie award winner, et cetera, et cetera. Red Wings didn't have that year. Like, there is a ton of hardware heading down to Tampa Bay, and they didn't win 1 game in the playoffs. Now, there's 2 ways you can look at that. Is this parity, or is this, man, they ran into a hot goaltender? Man.
Well, wasn't Columbus one of the most active teams at the trade deadline? Like, they made a bunch of moves.
Bobrovsky saved their ass. Shit. I'm talking up my ass here. To be honest with you, I don't know. Columbus came out of nowhere. I did not expect this. I wished I would have called this. I'd have been doing a fucking river dance like my name was Earl if I'd have fucking called this, but I didn't. Their goalie stood on his head. And that's the thing. A hot goalie will fucking get you far in the playoffs. Tampa, it looks soft. From the games I watched, they look soft. Being built for the regular season is not being built for the playoffs. The playoffs are short, brutal, you got to do what you got to do games. The regular season, you can take a game or 2 off. You can ease back. You can go into the corners and not, look for blood. Not the playoffs. And that's always been that way. And I don't know how the NHL could remove that from the playoffs. I just don't. If they do, there's no reason to watch the playoffs. That's what makes the playoffs the playoffs. There's 2 seasons in the NHL. Ask any fan, regular season and playoffs. And I watched the Tampa Bay Columbus and the Islanders Penguins games with a group of people who were commenting on the game in real time. And I can tell you this, once one game ended, we hopped to the other game. It was all the same people. I mean, it's just all there was to it. So, yeah, I don't know. This is going to be the most interesting Stanley Cup playoffs coming out of the East that I can remember. Because no matter what, you're going to have Boston or Toronto against Columbus. Looks like you're going to have Washington against the Islanders. Now in the West, this is what blows my mind. This is testament to good scouting and a good head coach. Las Vegas leads the Sharks 3-1 in their series, and the Sharks are loaded. Sharks are always the underachievers this time of year, Then you have Colorado. Colorado, I hate to even say.
You can't even say the whole word.
I hate them. God, I hate them. But anyways, they're leading the Flames. By the way, Vegas, 3 seed. Sharks, 2 seed. Colorado, 2nd wild card. Calgary, 1 seed. The only 2 series that seem to be right now competitive are Nashville and Dallas, and Winnipeg and St. Louis. They're tied at 2-2.
I have full faith that St. Louis will fall into their usual first round fodder form.
Well, if that happens and Winnipeg gets to the second round, there's going to be rejoicing like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? In that part of Canada, because I mean, you know, the Jets, their team was stolen from them in the 90s. That was a fan base who loved that team. You know, to the point where they brought them back. Yeah, they gave them a new logo. And, you know, but I mean, they still love that fucking team. If you come back to Winnipeg, you gotta be the Jets. You have to be the Jets. Just gotta have a new logo on it. You know, Dallas. I'm thinking Dallas over Nashville. Winnipeg over St. Louis. Anal Munch over fucking Flames.
Man, look at you're picking the wild cards, huh?
Vegas over fucking Sharks. Capitals over fucking Canes.
Those bunch of jerks.
My gut's just telling me Boston. My gut is just telling me Boston.
Well, yeah, the Leafs don't go far in the playoffs. They're the Leafs.
But here's the deal. For no reason, because the Leafs are actually stacked. They got the coach. They got, if he wakes up and starts to play, they got Austin Matthews. They got, I mean, you know, they got, it just, Chara is 42. He's taken some hits. Like, there's been some hits in the first two games that I was like, oh my God, a guy who's 5'10" just leveled Chara. Chara is 6'9". Chara is giving up the body to make the play. That's a guy who seems like he wants to win. And that team has to recognize that. If I'm seeing that, his teammates have to see that. Like, he's 42, like I said. He's fucking my age. He's got to be looking at it like, this has to be my last time.
Yeah.
Let's go around. I'm going to leave it all out here. You know, I'm not Chelios. Once again, Chelios is a physical specimen. Chara is just huge. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see Chris Chelios in his 50s now with his shirt off. Like, follow that motherfucker on Instagram or Facebook. That motherfucker's still in better shape. That motherfucker gets your daughter's pussy wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that motherfucker's just 55, just cock diesel. Chara, not so much. He's just fucking huge. He's just a physical specimen who could play fucking hockey. And, you know, he's throwing it out there. He's like, this might be my last chance. So I'm gonna give that, at least in this round, to him and his team, and give them the edge over Toronto. Then we'll revisit it next week. But now that I've bored the fuck out of everybody, and Earl is apparently asleep.
Right? Is it close so you can hear him snoring? Oh, he's muted. He's probably on the phone at work. No, there we go.
No, I was just reviewing the picks of
Earl, look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you get a chance, you need to start watching some of these fucking these Stanley Cup playoff games. This shit is good shit. Like, this is must-see TV.
Yeah, everyone. What went on Saturday? Everyone was creaming their jeans over the games that happened on Saturday.
That was probably when Ovi fucking took out Homeboy with the punch. Shit, I don't know, man. Saturday I worked.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only watch when I watch, and I'm like, okay, so. And on top of it, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to why I wish I didn't do two podcasts. I do one podcast that is topical. I do one podcast that is sports-based. If I did a sports-based podcast in the 90s or to the mid-2000s, I would be, what was that, homeboy? Stump the Schwab.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because that's what I focused on. But then I started doing a topical podcast. Now I got to keep track of bullshit besides sports. So I have to split my interest. So I'm sorry.
But Saturday was 3 overtime games. That's what everyone was all giddy about.
Yeah, overtime playoff hockey. Nothing like it.
The best fucking sports moments ever. Seriously, especially if your team is in it. I've sat with people who were like the most casual of Red Wings fans in 2003 when it went into overtime with the Red Wings and the Ducks. And every single shot that Cujo stopped, people were jumping up and oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh, and there'd be a break in the play, and they go, how do you put up with this? I'm like, I drink a lot.
Yeah,
that's like, yeah. If you think this is a lot, you should have seen me in '96 triple overtime.
Oof.
With the Blues.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Over at Flayton's house. Yeah, Flayton's dad even broke out the booze for us after the second overtime. He's like, boys. And I was like, yep, I'll take that. Yep. Every shot. My asshole was puckered. And then Yzerman, wham, nailed it in. And I was like, yes. And it was such a release. There's nothing like overtime hockey. There is nothing like playoff hockey. It's the best fucking... Pick a team. Pick a team in the East. Pick a team in the West. Dedicate yourself to watching them. Live and die with them. Then you'll know what it's like. Then when you go to the regular season, you can go back to whatever team you have your... If they're not in the playoffs, that you can have, you have your allegiance to. Like me, I haven't picked a team. But you know what I'm saying? With Ovi knocking that motherfucker out, like Washington, it's kind of my boys at this point. And then out the West, gotta love Vegas. How the fuck is an expansion team in their second year still fucking running the table almost in the playoffs? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's gangster shit. It's like Joe Pesci is the GM. He's like, hey, we're going to win everything. And other GMs are like, we don't think so. He's like, no. I put your head in a fucking vice. I popped your fucking eye out to win a Stanley Cup. That's what the fuck I did? Like, just, it is awesome. It is great. It is wonderful.
And the Red Wings aren't in it.
Yes, exactly. Oh, believe me, if the Red Wings were in it this year, I'd be like, oh, God. This house is clear. I have exorcised the demons. Okay. I'm sorry. I forgot why I loved playoff hockey until this year. And I have to give it up. Gary Bettman, you motherfucker. I don't know if it was you, but whoever orchestrated the parity in playoff hockey to where it is, more credit to you. I was wrong. And when you restructured the playoff format, this is great. This is fucking wonderful. So,
yeah, the last few years they've actually been exciting hockey playoffs. Gotta hand them that.
Yeah. So,
Sporgy. ChristopherMedia.net.
Everyone shouts about how fast their broadband is.
We're fast, mega fast, stupid fast, almost too fast.
But what do they say about reliability? Well, Dublin, with Virgin Media, you get both. Ireland's fastest broadband network and 99.9% network reliability. Reliability at speed. See virginmedia.ie.
Terms and conditions apply. Ireland's fastest broadband network as awarded by Ookla. Network reliability. See virginmedia.ie/proof.
SuperValue online shopping delivers convenience. And now with €15 off your first online shop over €75, we deliver value too. Order before 12 noon and you can get your shopping delivered the very same day. Shop online now at supervalue.ie. It's got to be SuperValue. SuperValue online shopping delivers convenience. And now with €15 off your first online shop over €75, we deliver value too. Or with our free click and collect service, you can pick it up in store, packed and ready to go. Shop online now at supervalue.ie. It's got to be SuperValue.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Sporgy.
All right. Is that it? We cover everything we wanted to cover?
I guess. I don't fucking...
Abbreviated show. Baseball season's so young.
Did we ever cover NFL?
You know what? Speaking of playoffs, I could tell you one team that is going to be there Cleveland Browns. How you doing? You're going.
Well, on paper, yeah, they made all the right moves.
Dude, on the field, damn.
Let me ask a question here. Okay, so a couple of years ago, two as of this year's draft, that'd be 2 drafts ago. Am I correct? No, 1 draft ago. The Giants could have theoretically traded up and got Baker Mayfield and had Baker Mayfield sit behind Eli Manning for a season, and then this season they'd have probably ended up with a high draft pick, get whoever they get, but they'd also had Odell Beckham, Barkley, and Baker Mayfield at quarterback, right?
In theory, yes.
You see what I'm saying? So why the fuck didn't they do that instead of
their front office?
What is going on there?
Dude, since Coughlin's left, that team's been a shit show.
Yeah, it's horrible.
What are they going for? Like, I don't see an end game here. But here's the thing. They went on a win streak at the end of the season and fucked their draft stock up and then traded in the offseason up to where they would have been if they had just tanked the rest of the season. So they gave up draft picks to get to where they could have been if they just fucking played their backups.
That sounds Lion-esque right there.
Oh, you mean Super Bowl winning champion 2019 Lions? The Savage Lions? Oh, absolutely.
Look, there's a difference. There's a difference between tanking on purpose and and a coach going, look, we suck. Eli, have a seat. Odell, have a seat. Barkley, have a seat. We're going to play our fucking backups.
Sterling Shepard, you're in.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with the Giants.
Oh, you don't think Golden Tate's going to replace the OBJ-sized hole in their offense?
Oh, I don't know. Did you replace the Megatron hole? Did you? Okay, wait a minute. That's not fair. Did he even replace the Nate
Burleson? Yes, he did.
Yes. Burleson hole?
Yep. He was brought here to be a number 2. He was a solid number 2. I will give Golden Tate that.
But how much better would the Lions have been if Nate Burleson hadn't broke his arm trying to save a Happy's Pizza from sliding into his fucking floorboard? They got fucking Golden Tate.
See, but I think Burleson the sun was setting when he was coming here anyways. Like he had already had his best days by the time he got to the Lions.
I still think you could have fucking squeezed some good football out of the man. You just had to know how to use him. That was a very motivated, very to this day he seems like a very motivated. Like, what do I have to do? I just want to play if you tell me this is the role I have to play, I'm happy to play it. Like, he didn't seem like a pouty, like, oh, I'm no longer number 1 or number 2. I don't want to fucking play. He was like, nope, I'll be happy to come in there and, yeah, you put the heavy fucking, you put the heavy package in. It looks like a run. I'm the lone wide receiver out there, and they got me in coverage that I'm fucking, 6 inches over the fucking cornerback they got out there. Yeah, I'll run a deep route. Throw to me.
I think with Nate Burleson is you were running into by the time he got to Detroit, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
I got you. Yeah, I think mentally he never come off to me as a Lion.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. What are you doing here?
Yeah,
with your winning attitude.
Yeah,
you can't have that. It might affect the locker room.
Yes. So that's I guess what I'm getting at. By the way, let's real quick. Where's Sue?
Still with the Rams.
I think he got released.
That's what I heard, and I was wondering who picked him up.
Raiders, I think.
Oh shit!
Ooh, yikes! No, it looks like he's still unsigned because all the articles that are coming up on Google are like, could the Titans take an interest in him? Should the New York Giants pursue him? So
come home, Donkey Kong, come home.
No,
as of 1 day ago, Ndamukong Suh is an impact player all NFL teams should go after. So
come home.
Yeah. No, it's not home. Home for him would be Nebraska.
Yeah, he's a free agent. Yep.
Actually, no. home for him would technically would be going to Seattle. He's from Oregon.
Doesn't it tell you something, though? I mean, seriously, that the Rams are like, you know what? Go.
Yeah, we got to the Super Bowl with you. We're good. But, dude, didn't he...
Well, they also got Donaldson, though. Or Donald.
Well, also, though, wasn't his contract in L.A. only a year?
It was, but, I mean, that's... Okay, first of all, they sign you to a year contract. That is a make-or-break contract. Yeah, it's a lame duck contract. You either prove that you are worthy of an extension, or you prove them right that they signed you to a 1-year contract. No extension. What's that telling you?
That they have the best defensive tackle in the league and didn't need two?
Okay.
Touche.
But if they could have got him for dirt cheap for another year.
But they were not going to get him for dirt cheap because he's the second best defensive tackle in the league.
Well, if he was available for anything but dirt cheap, wouldn't he have been snatched up by now? I mean, right at this point, he could go through the draft.
Dude, he won't not play next year.
No, he'll play, but he's going to be oh shit, someone got hurt. Who's available? He's best available. Let's throw him a fucking incentive-based contract. He has to perform to earn most of this money. It's not going to be guaranteed. That's for goddamn sure. I'm sorry, what?
I'm inclined to think he's going to end up in a city about an hour south of where I am right now. I think he might end up on the Chiefs. That was their weakness last year, was their defense. As much as Mahomes was hanging up touchdowns, their defense was letting just as many by.
Yeah,
and their defense can't stop the run.
All right.
I don't see him not playing.
No. That all right was not a passive aggressive. All right, it was I deferred here. You guys are much more knowledgeable about the minutia of how teams work in the NFL than I am. So
he'll be with the contender. Like he won't end up on for Tampa Bay.
But here's the thing. Sue's the type of player he can go anywhere. Mm-hmm. Absolutely anywhere. Make them a contender. Make them somebody to be reckoned with. No, that's why he won't come back to Detroit.
Did he do that for the Dolphins?
Yeah, he did. Him and Cameron Wake sure did.
Really? How many times did the Dolphins make the playoffs when he was with them?
Okay, but that wasn't because of the defense.
But that's what contender means.
But that wasn't the defense's fault. I'm talking that he can make their defense a contender.
Dude, he made our fucking team look good when he was on them, but he went to Miami and you could describe his career in Miami as meh.
No, definitely. Definitely. But he's one of those players that he can go absolutely anywhere and people are like, fuck, we got a scheme for him. Anywhere.
Yeah,
he's not like a running back or a quarterback or a receiver that
he's an X factor. I'll give you that.
That people are looking at him like, well, I mean, we could get him, but we already have, so and so. Unless you are the LA Rams, it's the only place he couldn't stay because they have the best defensive tackle in the league.
Well, too, and also they got to pay Goff now.
Forgive me, but do the Rams run a predominantly 3-4 or 4-3?
4-3.
Okay, so
Rams,
go ahead. Why wouldn't you want?
Because you only need Donald. That's why.
But if you have two defensive tackles that have to be double teamed, boom.
Money. Goff's out of. They got to pay Jared Goff. He's out of his rookie contract after this year.
Right, and not only.
And that's something that we didn't even bring up. Wilson and his contract. See ya, Seattle. It was nice while your window was open, because you're just going to end up. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He signed with Seattle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Seattle is nice while your window was open. You're gonna pay all that money to a quarterback. Look at the quarterbacks who were in the AFC and NFC championship games and where they were as far as top paid. Even Brady wasn't in the top 10 as far as top paid.
Nope.
The days of paying these quarterbacks that type of money and expecting to succeed are over with.
Thanks, Matt Stafford. You did that.
That was Matt Stafford. He was the first. Trickle down from there.
Yeah, he was the first. He got paid like he won something. He didn't win anything. So now but I don't want to say Russell Wilson has won. He's got a ring.
No, he's got a ring and he's got a couple Super Bowl appearances. But the problem is that when you're paying your quarterback that much money, it's hard to surround him with a good team. And not just weapons, but we're talking defensive weapons. And you have to try to find them on the cheap. And unless you're Bill Belichick, unless you're fucking the Patriots, it's the chances of you striking, gold by just, taking a pickaxe to a random fucking hill in the southeast or southwest of the United States is slim to none. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the most successful fucking franchise in the last 20 years has not had the highest paid quarterback in the league ever. Not even in the top 5 ever. Top 10, yes. But that was when the league was different. The league is definitely changed now to where you get the young quarterbacks, you get them on that rookie contract, and you sign what you need to around them. And that's where your window opens up. And if they're loyal, well, that's when you sign the quarterbacks for less money because they go, take this money that you would have paid me and go get me some fucking people that's going to help me win a championship. Wilson being the highest paid player in football doesn't seem like that's his mindset. And more power to him. He's already got his championship. He's already cemented. What do they always say? Guys, what do they always say? We won a championship no matter what happens. They can never take that from us.
Yes.
They can never take that from us. That's the mindset. It's us versus everybody else. Wilson's already got his fucking ring. They can never take that from him. That's how he's thinking. Now he's got to provide for his family for the rest of his life, plus some.
And he gets to bone Sierra whenever he wants.
Overrated, but I mean, I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
I wouldn't say no.
I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't put any effort in. She's not Jennifer Connelly in her prime. She's not. She's not Stacey Dash in her prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we have someone on another podcast on this network who said, "Who's the whitest black woman you could pick?" And I was like, "Oh, really? Oh, okay."
Still fine.
Still fine as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And by the way, Wanda from the Bernie Mac show, whew, sweet dark chocolate. Swear to God.
Bernie's wife.
Oh, whew, that woman is stacked, son. I mean, just pow, bam. As Eddie Murphy says, she's so fine, she make you look ugly when you look at her. You just go, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit.
And then NFL schedules came out, but we're not gonna predict yet. We still got the draft to go.
Yeah, let's get past the draft, then we can predict. I do have to say this,
baby.
But God damn, looking at the Lions schedule. Whew.
Yeah, it makes you go, God damn.
16-0, baby. We got savage.
Here, all I know is that there is a Lions Tampa Bay game. So I'm either going to have all my Lions friends jumping on me going, "You lost to us," or Tampa's going to win, and I'm not going to hear shit from them, and I'm not going to give them shit because they're the Lions fans, and they've paid enough. They know. They know. You know what I'm saying? So
you're missing an opportunity to go, "How's my dick taste?"
No, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm not that. If you fuck with me after Tampa Bay win over the Lions, if you try to poke the bear, the bear will wake the fuck up. You ever seen Grizzly Man? Doesn't end well for the man. The Grizzly does not. Okay, I'm the Grizzly. You the man. So.
Did you speak just real quick? Rewind. Did you guys know all the details of that contract?
What, Russell Wilson's?
Yes.
No, Drew Rosenhaus. You tell us.
It's $140 million for 4 years.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And he got a $65 million signing bonus.
Cha-ching.
God damn.
Yeah, so basically he got almost half of that shit guaranteed.
He got $250 million.
Half.
Yeah. Half. Speaking of Bernie Mac. Half.
Yes. Exactly. And what's his old lady's name? What's his broad's name?
Who?
The bitch he fucking pumped a couple kids into, or pumped a kid into?
Oh, Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh, Sierra.
Sierra's like half.
Yeah.
You know, so she's like, ooh, when I get tired of this fucking high yellow motherfucker, ooh, I'm getting some money. I'm gonna go get me a mumble rapper off of Instagram.
Yeah. It's his fault. He got married on the West Coast.
Go get me a young man dingo. Yeah. What's 50 Cent doing? Where's the game at?
You said young. I believe Russell Wilson is far younger than 50 Cent.
Yes. I know. Whatever. The shit was funny. Just fucking don't deny the funny. Come on, man. That shit was comic gold. Fucking just roll with it, okay? No, I got you. You're absolutely right, though. But still, that's just oof. Okay, well, Seattle, we enjoyed you when you were a Super Bowl contender. You might make the playoffs, but you'll be first round fodder. And thank you for thank you. Pull forward, you know. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, how the fuck is Seattle going to do this shit? They've already dismantled their fucking. They let their fucking defense be dismantled. They let their offense be dismantled. Now, what money do they have left in the salary cap era to where they're going to fucking do anything? Exactly. Yes, this is where we would insert chirps.
Well, that's
but we're not at the studio.
Did that on purpose. Because that's the answer.
And not Allen Iverson. And not 42. So, yeah.
Hope you're really good at drafting, Seattle.
But all right. So we wrapping this up?
He'll be just like Stafford. He'll be the highest paid guy for a minute, and then someone, because wasn't he the highest paid quarterback in the NFL till Wilson signed this deal?
No, it was Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
big ass guaranteed money.
Well, just further proving my point. This is and a point we made earlier. Yeah, I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say because it's late. So fuck. It's literally it left my head in the middle of saying it. Like, what the fuck was I about to say?
By the way, folks, PSA: weed affects memory.
A little bit,
you know.
And even high.
I don't buy that.
Fuck that, dude. I'm in Missouri. Where am I getting weed? Drive 8 hours to Colorado?
I'm not gonna say anything because the NSA is listening, but whatever. Okay. Where would you get weed? I don't know. It's crazy. Where would you travel where weed followed you? I don't know.
You know, I can't tell where the story came from because I can't. I'll tell you later, but I heard that somebody mailed marijuana through the U.S. Postal Service.
We are so off. We are so off topic at this point.
I know, but the postal inspectors confiscated the box. The guy calls into the call center of the post office and says, "Where's my package?" And they're like, "That was confiscated by our inspector, sir." Yep. I thought it was legal to mail marijuana now. It was legal in both the states that I mailed it from and to.
Wow.
All I did, Your Honor, all I did was cross a bunch of imaginary lines with a plant, come on.
Their fault was they used the U.S. mail. You use FedEx for shit like that. You use UPS. They're private companies. They don't give a shit.
Not that I know anything about that. This is all speculation.
No, fuck that. That guy I work with last year in Vegas, he stayed out there for a few days and had some friends come meet him out there. They mailed fucking drugs to the hotel. They mailed a bunch of ecstasy. They mailed a bunch of weed. And yeah, they used FedEx. Everything got there. Nobody got arrested. Allegedly.
Everybody had a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Allegedly.
But the first thing I thought was like, why are you mailing weed to Vegas? Go buy it.
It's like bringing sand to the beach.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Way off topic. It's time to end it. Just email us, sporgy@christophermedia.net. Twitter, Sporgy. At Sporgy Podcast on Twitter. Yeah, my brain and mouth have stopped working together. So I'll just say thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
They always say you should seize the day. That's today, not a week next Tuesday. So if you've been dreaming of a new car, upgrading your house, or a wedding that'll wow Instagram, now's the time. And if you've a great credit score, Avantcard's offering Ireland's lowest rate on loans over 20k. Dream big, live now. Apply today at avantcard.ie.
Lending criteria, terms and conditions apply. New applications only. Info correct 10th of July 2019. Source ccpc.ie. Avantcard Act. Trading as Avantcard is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Water, if we all stop to think about it, is the most essential, life-giving resource we have. We use it in our homes, businesses, hospitals and farms, and share it with every animal and plant on Earth. Yet many of us never give it a second thought. Water is precious. Let's use only what we need. To find out how, visit water.ie. Irish Water. Safeguarding our water for our future.
ChristopherMedia.net.
If you like this show, please tell a friend. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free on ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for listening, and thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
It's the divisional round, and you can follow all the action at betonline.net. On Saturday, LA visits the frozen tundra of Green Bay, while Baltimore and Buffalo face off with their electric third-year quarterbacks. On Sunday, and after winning their first playoff game in 26 years, Cleveland meets last year's champs. In the late game, two legendary future Hall of Fame QBs square off as Tampa visits the Big Easy. Check out all the action this week at betonline.net as teams take one step closer to the championship. Always available online or your mobile device. Visit betonline.net today. Bring the game home at betonline.net. It's the divisional round, and you can follow all the action at betonline.net. On Saturday, LA visits the frozen tundra of Green Bay, while Baltimore and Buffalo face off with their electric third-year quarterbacks. On Sunday, and after winning their first playoff game in 26 years, Cleveland meets last year's champs. In the late game, two legendary future Hall of Fame QBs square off as Tampa visits the Big Easy. Check out all the action this week at betonline.net as teams take one step closer to the championship. Always available online or your mobile device. Visit betonline.net today. Bring the game home at betonline.net.